Hey everybody, welcome back to Guns and Gadgets, your premier source for Second Amendment news. Georgia, they're coming for you next. That's right, the the group that wants to disarm and neuter America as we know it has set its eyes on Georgia, specifically your Stand Your Ground law. Now we've been hearing some squawking about this since February, and that's when the Ahmaud Arbery shooting happened. And it started to get a lot of negative light at that time, and they've been talking, they being your legislature, specifically your Democrat legislature, they've been talking about it since that time. Well, what happened a couple days ago was a group of 10 mayors sent a letter to the legislature. And I'm going to read it to you in a second. I'll put it up on the screen. But they're specifically asking for the Stand Your Ground law to be repealed. Now, Stand Your Ground laws, as many of you know, many of your states have them. They simply say that a person has the ability to defend themselves and has no duty to retreat. Now, of course, there are all kinds of legal factors that go into that. You can't just blast somebody and say, oh, I did that in self-defense. And that is kind of what these mayors are alluding to. But the big thing is, anytime I've seen any attack on Stand Your Ground laws, or in some other parts of the country they call them the Castle Doctrine, they being the left, the anti-gunners, they specifically want to make it look like an emotional or a selective item instead of what it really is. Sometimes you play stupid games and you win stupid prizes. And it is up to the state, up to the prosecution to prove that you were wrong beyond a reasonable doubt. It's not up to you, the individual, to prove that you needed to respond that way. And a lot of states don't like that because they don't win a lot of those, especially during emotional climates. And we have one right now. All right, so I'm going to put the letter on screen and read it real quick. It's less than a page long, and it goes like this. And this was penned a couple days ago, June 25th, 2020. It says, Dear General Assembly, we, the undersigned mayors, write to ask the General Assembly to pass legislation repealing the state's dangerous Stand Your Ground law. The killing of Ahmaud Arbery in Brunswick in February has resurfaced the calls to repeal Georgia's Stand Your Ground law. And, as mayors across the state, we know better than you, we call on our lawmakers to yield these calls. Stand Your Ground laws upend centuries of traditional self-defense doctrine and threaten public safety by encouraging armed vigilantism, allowing a person to kill another person in a public area, even when they can clearly and safely walk away from the danger. These laws are associated with increases in firearm homicides across different demographics and neighborhoods, while disproportionately impacting communities of color. They encourage the escalation of violence in avoidable situations and do not deter crime. Stand Your Ground laws have a disproportionate impact on communities of color. So much of a lie, they had to say it twice. When white shooters kill black victims, the resulting homicides are deemed justifiable 11 times more frequently than when the shooter is black and the victim is white. Yeah, intention has nothing to do with that. At least 30 people nationwide are killed each month as a result of Stand Your Ground laws. Stand Your Ground laws are also associated with an increase in firearm injuries resulting in emergency room visits and hospitalizations. There are no studies that associate broadening self-defense laws with deterring crime. Traditional self-defense gives people the right to protect themselves, while recognizing that it is always best to avoid killing someone if possible. However, it does not require that a person retreat from a situation, if doing so would put them in danger. It only requires a person to avoid killing another person if there is a clear and safe way to do so. In this way, traditional law respects both a person's right to self-defense and the sanctity of human life. It recognizes that it is always better to avoid taking a life if there is a safe and clear alternative. Lawmakers should put the safety of their constituents first, restore normalcy to our self-defense laws, and repeal our state's dangerous stand your ground law. Respectfully, and these are your 10 mayors: Mayor Lakeisha Lance Bottoms of Atlanta, Mayor Van R. Johnson II of Savannah, Mayor Hardy Davis Jr. of Augusta, Mayor Kelly Gertz of Athens-Clarke County, Mayor Patty Garrett of Decatur, Mayor Craig Newton of Norcross, Mayor Mary Parham Copeland of Milledgeville, Mayor Michael Angelo James of Waycross, Mayor Elizabeth Carr Hurst of Fairburn, and Mayor Anthony S. Ford of Stockbridge. Now look, I am not a big fan of killing another person. However, if someone is trying to kill you, then you should be able to kill them in order to save yourself. Doesn't matter what color, creed, nationality, socioeconomic background, the amount they make per hour, if they choose Wendy's over McDonald's, none of that matters. What these mayors don't want to say is that if people are having to defend themselves with lethal force, and it's becoming more popular, that means that your policies and procedures as mayors are failing because violent crime is increasing. That is all that means. Statistics don't lie. If more people are trying to violently harm others, which cause a violent response to save yourself, that means that the mayors, the powers that be, the legislature, have created a target-rich environment. So that's the next thing they're coming after in Georgia. Now, I know the legislature session is over, and they can't do anything until January. And I already know that the makeup of the legislature in Georgia is Republican strong. I actually have the numbers. In the House of 180 seats, it's 105 Republicans and 75 Democrats. And I'm saying these for a reason. In the Senate, there's 56 seats, 34 Republican, 21 Democrat, and there is one vacancy. We are in a very, very emotional time right now. One in which, unfortunately, race is being thrown around all over the place to amplify certain scenarios. Do I believe that racism exists? Yes. Do I believe that everybody is systemically racist? No. But I will tell you that if the populace does not get out and vote in November, the people who are emotionally charged will, and that will have an effect. Could it change that many seats in Georgia? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But would I want to sit home, rest on my laurels, and hope everybody else gets out and votes to stop that? Absolutely not. Now, Moms Demand Action have already got out behind this, as is Michael Bloomberg and Every Town for Gun Safety. They are going to be pumping money into this. I guarantee you, in January, you're going to have some issues to deal with in Georgia. In fact, State Senator Williams and State Rep Wynn, both from Atlanta, have already filed bills to do this. The Georgia State Senate bill is SB 515 and the House bill is 1190. I'll have links down below because you're going to want to become familiar with these if you live in Georgia. And what they're looking to do with both of these bills is to strike the no duty to retreat portion from the laws. And I will tell you, here in Massachusetts, where we have to retreat unless we can't, you don't want that to happen. Believe me when I tell you, you don't want that to happen. We should never change laws of people being able to defend themselves because of an emotionally charged social climate. Never. So just a big heads up for everybody in Georgia. This is what you have to worry about right now. You're not going to get any traction out of these two bills right now, but you will in January. Even more so if you have a big turnout and you get a lot of Democrats to take over in some of these seats. I've said in a couple videos of how serious this is, not just on the national level. Every seat in the House, 35 seats in the Senate, 13 governors, and all these state local elections will have drastic effects on everything if we don't get out and vote. Thank you for your time, everybody. My name is Jared. If you happen to like the shirt that I'm wearing, check out my friends over at Shall Not Comply. I'll put a link down below for them. They make some pretty cool stuff. And a great group of people over there. Also, if you enjoy Second Amendment news as fast as it comes out, then this is probably a fantastic place for you to be. Subscribe to Guns and Gadgets. This is where I put out Second Amendment news on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day, because the onslaught is real right now, folks, and they're using distractions like flus and fires and statues and now fireworks. They're using all that to distract you while they carry out the agenda. And I try to bring it to light. So please subscribe if you haven't already. Please thumbs up the video so more people see it. Share it with your friends and hit that bell icon. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, carry a weapon. Take care, everybody.